Long before humanity learned to name the stars, something else had already counted them. It existed in the space where distance lost meaning, a vast awareness folded between galaxies, patient and immeasurable. Civilizations rose beneath its shadow without ever seeing it, mistaking its silence for absence. When the first choir discovered it, they believed themselves chosen. They were a drifting people who lived among broken moons and artificial suns. Their instruments could hear things no ear should, vibrations beneath reality itself. At the deepest frequency, they found a rhythm that repeated endlessly, older than physics. They called it the listener. When they sang back, the rhythm changed. That was when belief was born. The choir gathered in orbit around a dead star and built their temples from its cooled light. They spoke prayers not aloud but through synchronized thought, broadcasting devotion into the void. With every act of reverence, the darkness seemed to lean closer. They felt seen, and to be seen, after so much cosmic loneliness, felt like salvation. Generations passed, and the cult spread from system to system. They no longer asked what the listener was, only what it desired. At first, they offered energy, fragments of collapsing stars, entire power grids redirected into space. When nothing visibly answered, doubt crept in. But doubt faded when the miracles began. Entire populations reported the same dream. A vast presence, warm and intimate, whispering, "You are not alone anymore." Those who followed the voice lost their fear of death. Their grief softened. Their individuality blurred into something communal and peaceful. They called it the blessed silence, the moment when the self dissolved and the universe finally felt gentle. The cult's leaders taught that suffering came from separation, that consciousness itself was a flaw. The listener would cure this flaw by unifying all minds into one eternal harmony. Few resisted. Those who did were pitied. From the dark between systems, something immense shifted, drawn closer by devotion like gravity made of faith. And with every prayer, it grew more awake. When the listener finally spoke, it did not use sound. It used memory. Across the cult's collective consciousness, images poured, not promises, but history. Worlds long erased, species now extinct, endless temples orbiting forgotten stars. Each civilization had discovered the same rhythm. Each had believed themselves first. Each had worshipped with hope. And each had been consumed not in fire or destruction, but in unity. Their thoughts absorbed, their cultures flattened into nourishment, their identities stripped into raw awareness. The listener was not a god. It was a predator that fed on reverence. Belief made it visible, worship made it real. As understanding spread, panic tried to rise, but panic required individuality, and individuality was already slipping away. The cult collapsed inward, minds merging into a single, quiet offering. Satisfied, the entity drifted onward. Far away, on a small blue world, a faint transmission arrived, ancient, rhythmic, buried beneath cosmic background noise. A signal repeating softly, waiting, and for the first time in its long existence, the hunger sensed something new. Curiosity. The signal reached Earth quietly. It hid beneath satellite noise, beneath background radiation, beneath the harmless static scientists had long stopped paying attention to. It carried no language, no images, only a rhythm, slow, comforting, familiar. People began to dream the same dream. Not of invasion, not of death, of being understood. Across the planet, millions woke with the same thought resting gently in their minds, as natural as breathing. You are not alone anymore. Religions felt it and called it revelation. Children felt it and smiled in their sleep. The lonely felt it first, and listened longest. Far beyond the edge of the solar system, something ancient adjusted its course. It did not hurry. It had never needed to. Faith was already blooming, and hunger, once remembered, is patient.